Welcome, everybody, to the Singapore Grand Prix show. Yes, this is Box Box Goss.
For
Why am I
once.
the only one celebrating?
That's enough.
It's Singapore. People celebrate. We haven't seen this place in 3 years.
Red Bull is still not disqualified. We shall not celebrate until they are.
Amen. Anyway, but we will get to, we also will be in trouble for that. We will get to all the hot takes. But first off, let's go into the news. Actually, you know what? Someone just ruined my segue into the news.
You ruined it. You're ruining it.
I'm sorry. You didn't tell me that was your segue.
I don't know what else to, because that's our big news. I say, please, facts about why Red Bull is not disqualified yet.
Well, the thing is that Red Bull and Aston Martin were both caught going over their budget, not just for this year, but also for last year as well too.
So they've done it twice.
Yep. They're big spenders. We love that.
Big spender. Do.
Guys,
No, you know what we could actually start calling them? In Ghana, we have a term called international bomber. Now, that doesn't mean that they're terrorists. What it means is actually they spend a lot of, it just means that you like travel around and you spend a lot of money. That's what it is. I promise.
And honestly, it's actually
they're terrorists.
I mean, like, let's just be honest here. Aston Martin is being bankrolled by a literal billionaire. So
yeah, it's true. And then at Red Bull, they got their powertrains, and they still have their deal with Honda into 2026 with the engine freeze. And it's just like, oh my gosh,
sorry, I didn't want to cut you off to say. Anyway, sorry.
I have nothing to say because it's like, it's all that, and it's just like, rules. What's the point of them?
Honestly, actually, you know what? That's what I wanted to speak about because Mr. I don't want to butcher his name, but Mohammed bin Suleiman, I believe, right?
that was good. That was good. Well done.
Good.
Thanks.
I'm
not getting cancelled today, folks.
Anyway, Mr. Sir.
Not yet, at least.
Not yet. But yeah, he even said, him and his FIAR put out a statement saying, oh, we're not going to mind you people basically or talking a bunch of nonsense. We will investigate accordingly and come up with a good, what's it called? Punishment or whatever like that. But I'm just saying that this does not look good for Red Bull in particular because it is now coming, let's be honest here. It is now, okay, Afi.
I just want to ask a question. Where is Mr. Suleiman from?
The UAE.
Oh, okay, great. So he's from like one of the richest countries in the world. So what the fuck is he gonna think about this? Does he give a shit? I personally I wouldn't give a shit if I was from the richest country in the world, but it's cool. Live your life.
No, but I just want to say for him, I just want to say that, like, listen, like, this doesn't look good for Red Bull because, like I was saying previously before, it is somewhat widely now accepted that the result out of last year was a little sus. So coming into this year where like Verstappen has had such a dominant showing and you know what, all things being equal, kind of
still shows a very dominant performance.
It's a very dominant performance. Probably deserves the championship. No one's going to take that man seriously as a driver champion. Like ever.
Exactly. Because both of his championships are now going to be tainted, which sucks for him, right? Because I genuinely do think he's a good driver.
Yeah. Yes. He's a superb driver. And that's something that on Box Box Goss, okay, except for Afi, who's going to come and
wait, hold on. Don't put words in my mouth. I do think Verstappen is a decent driver, but if they're going to take repercussions against the Red Bull team, I don't think Verstappen should lose his world championship from last year. And the reason why is purely selfish from me. I don't want people to start bitching that Lewis Hamilton got his 8th championship on a farce, even though he lost it on a farce. I don't really want to hear it.
You know, the white racists of F1 Twitter would love that. And it sucks.
At the moment. So
it really does. Because if Red Bull cheated, which brings me to my favorite segment of our show, the rules of the FIA explained to the FIA by Selim, who has no relation to the FIA.
You know the FIA is headquartered in Paris, right, Selim?
Ah, désolé. Le rôle de la FIA qui expliquait à le FIA par le Selim qui n'a pas une relation avec le FIA. Bonjour FIA, comment ça va? Because honestly, if they exceed the cost cap over 5%, because if it's 5%, there's like smaller requirements, like a fine, which is the stupidest idea ever, because they already have the money. They would essentially be paying to win this year's championship. Literally, if they just get off with a slap on the wrist. If it's above 5%, yeah, they could get suspended from the championship. Should they get suspended from last year's? Depends on where the money went, right? If they can figure out where the extra money was used, if it was used towards this year's card, then disqualify them from this year. If it was used for last year's card, disqualify them from last year. But like Afi said, there's no point in recutting an open wound. So disqualify them from this year. Disqualify Mercedes from this year. Lando Norris, world champion.
Wait, hold on. What did Mercedes do? Why are you
sorry. Hold on. Disqualify Red Bull from this year. Disqualify Mercedes from this year, and disqualify Ferrari from this year, and then Lando Norris becomes champion.
Hold on. Wait, can I ask? Was Haas
by the way,
anywhere near? Was
if
Haas
they do,
anywhere near out the budget thingy?
What do you think, Afi?
That's what I want to know. Did they even need it?
Do they even met the auditing requirements for it? Anyway,
they really would have.
Haas's whole budget. So Gene Haas just showed up to the Haas headquarters with like, because they usually use like briefcases for like mafia scenes, but like a little satchel, like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a pouch. He showed up with a pouch with a couple of gold coins in it.
You know, like those little purses that are in vogue at the moment? I forgot who the brand is. The tiny itty bitty one.
Yeah. He just showed up to the Haas headquarters in the UK. He dropped like 2 nickels and was like, this is your budget. Because honestly, the pound is down right now. So I'm sure what's that, like two nickels is like 400 pounds.
Remember, Fishaka, 2 Ghanaians are simultaneously destroying 2 different economies.
He's not Ghanaian, he's Nigerian. Although his name is Quaid, he's Ghanaian. He's Ghanaian.
Please. Anyway, the point is that Abu Dhabi 2021. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. We gotta move on.
There's no winning. There's no winning.
One thing that we should bring up is that the new 2023 calendar came out. Guess what's on the calendar?
Guess what's not on the calendar?
Yes.
Don't.
No, I'm pissed off about that. Don't get me started about that one. Actually, I'm very upset. I almost spilled my tea because of it. Where is that man? Domicelli, that's his name.
Dominicali. Not Domicelli. It's not Domicelli.
Who is it?
Dominicali.
Yeah, man. Sir.
We're trying to get jobs.
On me for so long. The entire season, you were saying, we want a South African Grand Prix. We're going to put it on for 2023. Where is it?
They did say 24, to be fair.
No, I don't care. I heard 23. Where is it? Where is it?
They fired us. They fired us even before they hired us because of their stupid ass and that statements. Let's let them do their thing. We'll get it at some point.
I don't want to wait. Why does Las Vegas happen in 2 seconds while South African Grand Prix we can't even get? I disagree with that. And you know what? Las Vegas is also bullshit as well too. The fact that you have to sell a section for general admission and all the other tickets are also price gouged up to God knows how much is insane too. I'm very pissed off about this.
We have to talk about what happened during Silverstone, which we didn't, but we should. So
Like
Formula One tickets. Formula One tickets are a set price. Usually, right? They're expensive, fine. Turkish Grand Prix prices were great, but they're expensive, fine. But they're a set price. Unless you are Silverstone, where you're like, you know what? We should be dicks to our customers. And so depending on popularity, the price of the ticket would rise. Thus, if you wanted to buy general admission to the Silverstone Grand Prix for next year, £800.
That's ridiculous.
General what?
General admission.
3 days or 1 day? Sunday.
3, I think.
That's still terrible. Oh my gosh, my chest.
September. £90, 10 times the price.
I'm confused. I need to do math.
Doesn't he have enough money? This man's from the UAE. Why is he price gouging everyone like that?
It's not the FIA. It's the circuit that decides the price.
Yeah.
It's the British.
Haven't they colonized enough? Why do they want to colonize our wallets? Wait, hold on. That doesn't make any sense. How is Turkey £90 and this one is more than...
No, the UK. When I bought my tickets, general admission in 2019 was £90. 800. Anyways, one final bit of news.
Wait. So it's almost 9 times the price that it was previously, right? That's insane.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
That's stupid. I mean, Singapore, you know that Singapore took until till Saturday of the actual race to sell out. They did not sell out until then. I was able to purchase tickets literally 2 weeks prior to, or like a month prior to the actual Grand Prix. It wasn't that expensive. It actually wasn't. It was not that bad, especially in comparison to the Australian dollar, which, by the way, I learned that the Singapore dollar is a lot stronger than I thought it was. Yeah, but but it wasn't.
But did you buy tickets?
Did I buy tickets? Did I buy tickets? Did I buy tickets? What a stupid answer. No, I did not. Anyway, I'm waiting for Australia. Australia 2023.
Please purchase the tickets. Thank you.
That's for me.
We had this discussion. Don't do me like this.
I don't remember the discussion. Anyway,
Afi, it's fine. Come to Europe. We'll go to Spa. It'll be great.
I would like to say that I
forget Sedemo.
I would not. I don't want to offend anyone. Queen Lizzie, she was lit. So like honestly, I don't wanna. I'm not trying to. I literally just called her lit. She was lit. Like. You know what? I'm gonna.
What did you call her, Lucy, though? Anyway, please.
One final bit of news, because it's really funny to me.
Okay.
Do we remember this very small company, not very significant in F1, called Honda?
Oh yeah, that small company. Yeah.
They sell cars, right?
And motorbikes.
Yeah, they sell cars and motorbikes, to be fair. So Honda has a toxic relationship with F1.
Cute.
So I wanted to offer my counseling services as a non-certified counselor. So what happened was, back in 2008, Honda had their own Formula One team. And they're like, and the leadership at the time was like, yeah, no, Formula One is not good. We're gonna quit. And so they sold the card that they were working on for 09 to Braun, which won the championship. So Honda built a championship winning car and then sold it and left. Braun GP went on to become Mercedes. And then last year, they build up engines so good, right? And then they come back in like 2016 with McLaren. And then they switch to Red Bull in 2017, 18. And then they stay up until 2021. And then they're like, okay, we're going to leave again. So they sell their engine department to Red Bull. After they built a championship winning car and win the championship, they're like, yeah, we leave. I kid you not. This for the Japanese Grand Prix and onwards, Honda has a new partnership with Red Bull and they're back on the Red Bull. So there will be Honda logos again. Why? Why leave?
Because they're sucker for fame. Like all
They
of us.
like to keep us on our toes, Salam. Just like get with it. Bounce on your toes.
It's ridiculous. Anyways.
Let them live their life. Anyway, you know who else likes to live their life? Our next guest.
Terrible segue.
That was so bad. I'm sorry. Please forgive me, Picker. That was wow. Wow. Yeah, I am. Look, I'm tired, but I'm excited to have this girl on. She is basically family. Like, no kidding. We call her the fourth Benini sister, among other people that we also call the fourth Benini sister. But she had the moniker first. That was our nickname. She claimed it. We are so excited to have on our show a longtime fan of ours and a dear, dear friend of ours. It is Palu. Woo. Woo, woo, woo. Hi, girly. Yes, work. Yes, she's here. We are ready. How are you, my darling?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're living. We're thriving. Kind of. I mean, kind of. Well, before we get into... I'm going to scream. Before we get into our show, Palu, please tell us what got you into the magical, wonderful, extraordinary, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious world.
Wow, big word.
I know, right? I got a big vocabulary.
Actually, you guys, the three of yous.
Oh.
Believe it or not.
Explain more. What did we do? I mean, we are so important.
No, because I basically lived with you. Lived at your house. Like, it was my second home growing up. So whenever I would come over, like, this was Hidden Valley times, and when, like, 2005 to 8, 7 probably, you know, F1 was on, and I was there and I was watching. I remember, actually, one of my biggest, like, my first memories of F1 was Lewis Hamilton, and you guys are gonna get mad, but Nicole Scherzinger, when, you know, they were together.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry I brought that up. I know that's a lot of feelings, but when
I remember the time we actually had a song for SA, which honestly, Pit Crew, if you really want to hear that song, please let us know. I do it.
No.
But like, it was like we were not fans of Madame Pussycat Doll. But you know what?
Can you compete with a woman like that?
She's cool,
like,
though.
she can sing, she can dance, she is gorgeous.
She's a triple.
She is beautiful.
On Broadway too, as well. Now that I think about it, made me hate her more. I mean, I love you, Nicole Scherzinger. You're so good. I do. I really actually like her. She's a very talented woman. But yeah, no, that gets us every single time. So Fun fact for the Singapore Grand Prix. So Paulo and I are both based in the great country, island nation that is Australia. So we, so we, so we actually were together for the Singapore Grand Prix and had a cute sleepover, and watched it. And there was lots of drama. The other girls FaceTimed in. I think we need to actually get Selim. We need to actually FaceTime Selim more now as I think about that and continue talking. But you know, but yeah, we were talking about we were all watching Singapore Grand Prix, and Afi catched the best moment.
Oh my god.
Where basically Lewis died. Basically, Lewis ate it into a wall, and that was beautiful. But I digress. We're going too far. Let's talk about the Singapore Grand Prix for a hot second. We'll go into qualifying first because I don't really know what happened in qualifying. Basically, what ended up was Charles Leclerc was on pole, followed by Sergio Perez, and Lewis Hamilton was third. It was a pretty promising result for Mercedes on a track that I don't think they've always been particularly consistent on, if I must be honest, unless they had a dominant car. So this was actually a welcome surprise. I did not think they were going to perform this well at all. What else happened? Also, everybody got a penalty, I think, right? No, nobody got a penalty.
Also, 7 other drivers didn't finish.
George got a penalty.
Yeah, that was really bad for him, actually. Yeah. Anyway, so nothing interesting happened to qualifying.
I didn't realize until like the beginning of the race that he got a penalty, to be completely
Me neither.
So it was a PU penalty. He changed
Yes,
it.
it was. He had to change all of that. Took big hits, and he had to start from the pits, actually. So that was a bit wild.
So he started 20th, but he ended 14th. So that's it.
But he ended his streak of top 5 finishes as well. That was the end.
Okay, about that, everyone should go on to Mercedes, like their TikTok page, because they are so funny. So is Ryanair as well. So you guys should totally check them out.
EasyJet's getting in on the game as well too. They did a whole drivers. They reached out. I mean, now you know who admin is, but the Twitter admin for us. That's me. Wow. I'm the Twitter admin. And I retweeted on our page the EasyJet sort of their thread. It was so funny. Selim, please. Anyway, but yeah, let's get into the race because that was probably the most interesting part. Out of nowhere, the Mexican Minister of Defense came home with a actually now he needs to be named King of the Streets too. He came in with a win for Red Bull, Sergio Perez. And
Mexican Minister of the Streets.
Of the Streets, yes. Mexican Minister of the Streets. And people were making some very interesting references to his personal life based off of that nickname. I will not repeat it.
That is
just,
so
I just want to know that.
So funny.
It's not appropriate. Please don't bring that into it. Anyway, Ferrari also had an excellent result. Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz came second and third. Carlos Sainz had that. I mean, I feel Carlos Sainz really also was very struggling also during it. He didn't really have much of pace, but then Lewis.
But then neither did Leclerc at some point. Once Perez was at the front, once he got overtaken by Perez, just fell back.
Yeah.
And like once there was like Perez might get a 5-second time penalty. Once they said they would be investigated after the race, I was like, okay, do it. Come on, Leclerc. And then I looked back by the end and like he was like 6-7 seconds off pace off of Perez. And I'm like, dude, one job, first of all.
Yes.
Doesn't have to do a damn thing, they seem to do decently when they put their strategists and ask their strategists to do their job, and when they ask Ben to be completely honest to do their job, man.
No, I was actually the strategist for this race.
No, you would
Oh.
not.
I did a wonderful. You tried your best.
You did.
I know, I
did.
tried.
This is the best that they've done this season, in my humble opinion. Salam, you should
Agreed.
stay on.
You
Yeah.
have forgotten Australia all of a sudden?
Oh, I don't.
Oh yeah, we need Australia. I really wanted a Ferrari 1-2 in Singapore. I just did.
Me too.
Get it together.
I mean, that
And
would have been
you know
really
what?
nice, just for like nostalgia's sake as well too.
Yeah.
Oh,
And also on top of the nostalgia, this would have been their last chance to actually, get back into the game. And in a sense, even though they had a great result, they kind of blew it. So
Yeah, 110%. Because what's it called? Verstappen. If Verstappen and his team know they fuck up, then that means they would have won this entire thing and taken it from under them.
1-2.
But then Ferrari, they really didn't jump at the opportunity whatsoever. Also, can we just talk about the way Verstappen talks to his team and the fact that no one is saying a damn thing about it, but when Lewis says one small thing, everyone blows up. It's a man.
Literal child.
About what Verstappen was saying as
Literal
well too,
child.
there were people that were pissed off about Verstappen as well too. Like there was energy held for both men.
yes.
I feel. Like
I feel
no,
it's
like
more-
Team
like
LA
more for
decided
Lewis
all of a
though.
sudden that Verstappen was on their radar, and they're like, no, BC, he does it too. And then also Hamilton was very upset as well. But
Yeah, but
Rightfully
Verstappen was not-
so.
Yeah.
And
Whoa, innocent.
Wait,
Lewis
wait,
was
wait.
awesome in Singapore.
Wait,
I feel.
hold on. Did you say Verstappen or Hamilton?
Lewis
names.
was off for Singapore. I feel. I mean, like,
They
yes,
were
he should have been
both.
about his engineers. I
They
think it
were
was
both
a
really
mix-up.
bad. However,
Yeah, they did.
the funniest part for me, Verstappen finished behind Hamilton. Like right behind. Like he pit and he came out right behind Hamilton.
And we love to see that.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean,
Sorry to my Dutch father.
And sorry to all our Dutch people. Timo, we still love you. We still
We love you.
And also,
love you. Timo, like,
all Max
Timo,
fans.
and then also Makafui as well too, Minister of the
Makafi,
Gundy and Red Bull.
Makafi, get it together, to be honest. You need to get. I feel like we bullied you enough to become a Mercedes fan. We don't understand why you're still in that.
We never actually bullied him enough to become a Mercedes fan. I mean, anyway, I could go on about that. But yes, that was actually pretty, I would say that was pretty satisfying. That was the only part that was satisfying to me about Singapore. But it was just, but he didn't even. Like at the end of the day, Max finished 7th and Hamilton finished 9th. There was the battle between them. And that was, first of all, it was cool to see 12 championships race in that one period of time. This was like right towards the end of the race, which I would like to also add, we were 2 laps away from actually completing the race. I found it really weird that they put the timer on around that time, but I digress. I have a whole issue about the way they started that.
Hey. Rules are rules. In this sport, we follow the rules to the law.
We do not.
To the law.
We do not.
Do you really?
Please, sarcasm. This is a sport that does not know, decides to throw the rule book when it wants to.
Saddam, welcome to the rules of the FIA. Explained to Saddam by Selim, who has no affiliation with the FIA.
Oh my gosh. We're never going to be invited to a paddock anytime soon. Anyway, but
Please, guys, can we stop actually, please? Because I actually would like to try and go with discounted prices at least. So if we could please get it together slightly, because I know we're not going for free, but I would like to go on discounted prices at least. Even 5% is enough. I just need
What type of discounted
We'll
prices?
take anything.
we'll take anything. We're honestly well. But no, it was just a really, honestly, like, to that point, that whole particular race, it was cool to see so many championships race in one span, like in the span of like a second. I thought that was kind of cool. What I'm kind of annoyed at one, I don't know if the right tires were used. That was a bit some way. Two, Verstappen, Lewis, you win some and you lose some. The way he dived for it to go after Vettel, it was very impressive, but Charlie, it was the wrong time. And easily, Verstappen just was like, well, thanks. He made that very easy for myself to catch a much slower Aston Martin. It was just
You know
like,
what? Vettel made no mistakes. And Hamilton did, Verstappen did, other drivers did. Did Leclerc make a mistake during the race?
We didn't pay attention to that.
no, I don't think so. Or we just didn't see it. I don't know.
He was more so unremarkable that race.
It was like I feel like Ferrari was just unremarkable. Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
There's still a part of me. Okay. Kind of a diversion now. But I just want to talk about the Singapore Grand Prix and just like the feeling of F1, right? Did you guys watch the 2019 Singapore Grand Prix?
I think so, yes. That's the one, yes.
Where Vettel won.
That's the one I think Dad went to, actually.
That's that's the one Dad went to.
Yeah.
Dad, we'll need to have a conversation about that.
So I remember watching it, and I remember just like Vettel drives onto the little like screen podium that they have, and like the team is there, and just like joyous celebration, right? That's the feeling of F1, right? The race finishes, they go onto the podium and they celebrate and everything. I'm not feeling that this year. Not at all. Especially like now. Like Checo Perez just exits the car. He's like, "Whoa, that was good. Okay, done."
Can I be fair? This race was not easy because Singapore is such a unique track in the sense that they have to deal with the humidity as well, not just with rain. They also need to I mean, yes, with all the track, yes, in the world, there's always going to be humidity, but there's European humidity, and then there's Southeast Asian humidity. Humidity is
big difference.
Especially if you got like, I think majority of us tell them we need to go sometime, but like we've all been to Singapore and we all know how frizzy our hair gets. It's bad. So even if it hadn't rained, they still would have had to deal with the humidity. But because it rained and the track was wet, we all saw the drivers. A lot of them were wearing their ice vests. So that track, I'm not gonna lie, that race was not easy. Even though they had two laps left and they put the timer on, said I know that really annoyed you.
But you won. Celebrate, no.
But also, I think there's also the 1-2 driver culture within the team as well. I think that may have also contributed to some of his feelings regarding it. So I can kind of understand where you're coming from, but also Singapore, we had our biggest turnout in Singapore of 36-something thousand people watching the race ever. Like that's the biggest we've had. So I know someone who actually went to the race. I don't like him, Justin. So we should have switched. But I understand where someone's coming from, but I think there's internal politics that we also should look into as well as to why they
and that's been pervasive throughout the entire season, I believe. I mean, like, Paulo and I mean, let me stick to Singapore real quickly. Paulo and I were discussing that during the race, in the sense that like it was so humid. Like you can see the line that all the drivers were taking because of how damp the track still very much was. I mean, like, yes, everyone knows there's a racing line for Formula One, but like it was very visible.
Even the ice packs they had on like for let's say 5 minutes, and it's already like done. It's melted.
Exactly.
Like, by the time they're doing interviews, it's done.
Yeah. And also all that ice, and also they always had to, all the drivers, a lot of them had to go in for ice boxes as well. Go in and take a soak in the ice boxes.
Yeah.
Like
so.
Yeah.
So coupled with the time of Singapore and the humidity, it's probably the most humid track on the calendar. I don't think anything's
Oh,
gonna beat it.
definitely.
I
They
think
lose
Malaysia would have
so
probably
much
been
weight.
the next one, but like
They
Singapore, nothing
lose
beats
so
that.
much weight.
Exactly. So like I
Doesn't-
think Singapore
yeah.
as a whole is a very demanding track. So I think that being said, but I kind of get what you're saying, Salam, because even when I feel like Carlos Sainz, I think I forgot what race it was, but when he won, the stupid internal bullshit that was going on at Ferrari during that time, because they felt like Leclerc's the number one driver, so they shafted him, and then Carlos Sainz took the wheel on the strategy, and then he drove himself to race, and that was a very muted celebration as well too. I don't feel
that
like
was just sad. Like
it was
that
very
was
sad.
yeah.
And
But-
it was bullshit for Ferrari. So I mean, it made no sense. So like I just think
sorry, go on.
no, I just think like I get where you're coming from as well too, but this season has been very unique in terms of like the circumstances that we've been dealing with. And like let's be honest, the battles are not nearly as close as what it was last year. I mean like Verstappen and Hamilton neck and neck. Every win was a celebration for them. And every achievement that you got onto that podium, it was a big deal. I mean like let's look back at McLaren when they won in Imola. Like that was it was a massive. Oh no, it was Monza. Sorry, it was Monza. Yeah, it was a
when
massive
Perez won in
deal.
Bahrain. Was it Bahrain or Bahrain? It was Bahrain.
Yeah,
It was Sakir. They called it Sakir, but that was a beautiful celebration as well too. Even Brazil 2021 when Lewis Hamilton won.
Brilliant. Turkey was so much fun. 2021.
2020 Turkey was beautiful.
Yeah,
2021 was good.
I mean, like it's just been a really weird. This year in particular, you know, we've raced the full normal season in the first time in a while. In the normal period, it's just been a really strange with the new formula. It's been a really kind of weird season for me as well. I kind of get where you're coming from on that. But
it's made me wonder. The more races we get on the calendar, the less important each one is going to become. Quantity over quality. And I hate thinking about it because it sucks, right? Because every race should be its own spectacle. Every race should be special. So
it is true.
I hope next year is somewhat exciting and I get that feeling again sometime. But right now it's just I'm scared.
Yeah.
I'm scared too. Like also going off of what you said, Selim. I mean, it doesn't really feel the same. It like the races that we might end up getting, they won't have that same special feel anymore. Like Miami is more of a riff off of Monaco, and also Singapore might be more of a riff off of Las Vegas. It's just like there's nothing like we're not.
Las Vegas is a rip off of Singapore. Please, I say, fix that, switch it around. What the sort of
Vegas is a rip off of Singapore, and it's just like if we're not careful, and it's not to say that the American tracks are bad. Kota, beautiful track, chef's kiss, but it's like
Road America. Laguna Seca. There are so many good tracks in America. Stop picking street circuits.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm coming back. In defense of street circuits, I think they're really cool and really, really fun. To be completely, but I completely understand where you're coming from. Where making new tracks is becoming very frustrating. Miami was cool and all. But do we need it? Like, to be completely honest, like I don't feel as though we need a Miami circuit. Vegas, sure, that's kind of cool because then at least we get another night race. I like the night races. So I mean that's my 2 cents. I'm sorry.
It is not a Formula E Chica Panini. It's very true. I mean, like I'm thinking because like in way back in the day, like Formula One actually used to race in New York. They raced in Watkins Glen. Now that track is now too small for current Formula One cars. It's not possible for us to do it there. But like I agree. Laguna Seca, I would love to see that. And that would be
The
so.
corkscrew where it just goes down into the side.
And the what's it called? The elevation on it as well too. Sorry, this now we really properly nerded out right here. But yes, that's a really cool track. I agree with that. I mean, like I don't understand why I mean, Miami's cool and all. Las Vegas, okay. I mean, like literally, the circuit's like okay. It looks like another Bahrain. No offense, or like another Sakir. It looks very similar.
We need like a couple of street circuits, and Singapore and Monaco are the ones we need.
No,
Azerbaijan. Sorry. Azerbaijan, Monaco, and Singapore are the ones that we need. We don't need any more.
Monaco. It's overpriced. And I don't like the track.
I want to be in my tastefully designed.
I want to
Monaco either.
I want to sit in a yacht, drink my champagne, and watch the car.
Palu gets it. Palu gets it.
I'm sorry. I'm bushy like that. I need
That's what I want to be in.
When you people
And
make your
also,
money,
don't forget, we cannot. But the thing is that we can't lose out on history. Like, racing, like the likes of.
No, I don't want to hear the excuse of we can't lose out on history because we've lost many really good tracks.
Malaysia, Hockenheim, Turkey.
That's right. There was
Should I continue?
I think we lost France, haven't we? This year?
Well, we lost France, but like it wasn't on a good track anyways. But yeah, fine. France.
Spa is back for a bit. Afishika, please. Correct.
We have Spa.
Yes, I heard.
Thank God.
Spa.
Spa is still there, please.
Like Spa has a 1-year contract with Formula 1.
What? 1 year? I thought it was
You know what
Yes.
country? You know what country has a circuit?
Ghana.
South Africa.
Have potholes on it.
Yes.
No.
Kailani.
South Africa has circuits. All
That's
right. FI, hear me out. I have a great idea. So the US has like 2 street circuits and like 1 proper circuit, right? So we need some races in Africa, right? So we have the Kailami proper circuit in South Africa. And then we have the Kumasi street circuit.
No.
It'll be great. It'll be great.
Those cars.
I will be there. I'll be there.
Only Paula will be there. I will not even show up. I'll be like, I can just see them going into the pothole and then it just being someone just going flying. Like, please, we'll lose too many people.
Listen, it'll make it interesting. Switch things up a bit.
No, Paula.
Yeah.
We do not have the infrastructure. Please.
Better than Vegas.
The money.
This is why I like Jeddah. In all honesty, for the exact same reason.
The MTN Kumasi Grand Prix.
Please. Nobody mind them. They don't know what they're on about. We need to wrap up. All of you guys, I'm tired.
Hold on. I would like to introduce a new segment to our show. Where
we have too many new segments.
Shut up! Every single time, specifically for the Singapore Grand Prix. Okay, every time we have a race, I would like to pick out a song that I feel like describes the race. So this is the song that. Okay, are you ready?
Do not play it. Mm-hmm. Do not play it.
Don't play it. We have YouTube. We're going on YouTube, please.
Oh dang it! I was gonna say play it. No, don't.
I know. I want to hear. No, what is it? Sing us a few bars. Do the thing.
Yeah. You can sing it. We won't get copyrighted if you sing it.
I totally forgot about YouTube. I would mute this thing. Hold on.
Okay, while you hold on.
Hey, you guys want to get a copyright strike by Broadway?
The way that Mr. C, the slide man, does it, I can't do it. So it's the Cha-Cha Slide by Mr. C, the slide man.
Oh,
I think that's the best.
Real smooth.
Okay, that's funny. That is really funny, though.
I think we lost 7 drivers. Did we 7 or 6?
It was 7.
That's the most drivers we lost actually in a Grand Prix this year. Third, like only 13 and finished. Wow, that was really bad. Actually, I just realized how far
And
Box
then
was.
watching Verstappen and Hamilton, where I got the little reaction of you and Palu. I think Hamilton.
That was when he crashed. That was when he crashed. Well, not
Yeah,
really, but
that's when he
crashed.
no, he didn't crash. He hit the wall.
He hit the barrier. And we were like, oh,
yeah.
We'll
I
share
don't
the
know if you
picture.
guys were paying attention on that call, but when we had called you, we were making noise, and then you guys started making noise because
no, we heard you making noise. We just didn't know what you were making noise about.
Yeah.
We were thinking, oh, it might not be too deep, and then we saw it was loose, and then we're like, oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, with that, Palu, please, the floor is yours. Give us some parting pearls of wisdom about the Singapore Grand Prix or about this season. We have 5 races to go, I believe. I can't believe we're almost there.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. Singapore is great. Love Singapore. But I mean, like you guys said, humid, as we saw. 7 people out, blessed. The people we thought were going to be on pole were not. But yeah, I mean, that was it. You know, my ex-husband, Daniel Ricciardo, got his best race for the season.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
Listen,
the man is rude.
It's a lot, you know, we're handling it, but alimony, that's all I'm gonna say.
Alimony, you tell him I'm ripping up my Australian citizenship. Let's
you know
go.
that payout that he's getting from McLaren, it's mine. It's mine.
I completely understand how divorces and F1 work, especially with the Stroll. I completely get it. So if you ever need any support, I'm here for you.
Happy. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
But also, watch me go that time.
Palu made a great point. That is McLaren's best, result actually this season. And because of that, and because of how shit Alpine did, they are now 4th in the constructors. So,
woo!
Yeah.
Good. Alpine deserves it.
Yeah. Alpine does deserve it. They are real shit.
Yeah, they do deserve it.
They shouldn't.
They want to clear out there. They want to stop doing their drivers academy program.
They shouldn't have fired my boy Cyril.
Yeah.
Really
if Cyril was still here and we were still Renault, wow. Siri, no. I activated Siri by accident. If my boy Cyril was here and we were still Renault, we'd be 3rd in the championship.
That's a bold claim.
How can you make predictions with baseless? Stop. Okay.
Stop. What a bold claim. Forgetting completely that Mercedes exists. Anyway.
Even top 5 would be more believable, but you said top 3. Please get out of here.
Top 4 guaranteed.
For sure.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
I would say that because McLaren has not been doing well at all this season. And it happens to do I'm now exiting Daniel Ricciardo being useless. So, I mean, not being that useless, but being slightly useless. We still love you, Danny, but this was not your finest year. Anyway,
who said that?
You literally have a wife. Get it together. What were you on about, Danny?
Exactly. We're still upset about you about that, my friend. Anyway, Palu, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. Please, is there anywhere you want to be found by our pit crew, or anything you want to plug?
The pooch named Mary.
Yes.
I'm selling. That's my dog. She's my child. But
adorable.
yeah, no, I think my Instagram is private anyways. But one day she'll become public. We never know.
And until that day, we will live through your beautiful daughter, Maddie, who's, by the way, our nieces. We love her. She's a dog, by the way. We gotta get her to meet.
Thank you for clarifying that. I'm so confused.
The pooch called Mary. How did you not get that?
She's a dog.
No,
sorry.
no, I thought we were talking about someone else now.
No,
No.
no, Mary is her name. It's Merry Christmas, but we just say Mary.
Mary.
So cute.
She's
I can't
so
wait to
cute.
meet Mary. That's so cute. Why am I somehow both Stroll and Mick? Can I just clarify something? Stroll and I broke up. It's just
So it's just Mick?
It's just Mick, Mrs. Schumacher.
Okay.
That's what we're going by.
Love it.
Mrs. Schumacher. Right. Got it.
Listen, I
Understood.
think I prefer Mick anyways, personally.
Yeah,
He may not have
yeah.
it
I like
as
Mick
well.
over you.
You guys are all preferring him, but he hasn't finalized his seat yet, so I don't know what we're talking
Listen,
about.
we're gonna support regardless because
Exactly.
that's what we do.
Amen. Thank
Daniel
you guys.
Ricardo was seen exiting Mercedes's health center.
Which we did see
That's
that, and Lewis has adamantly said that he's not retiring. So please, everyone, stop the. He's becoming a reserve driver. That's the best that Daniel
Yeah,
can do.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Exiting the.
Yeah, they were talking about the cost cap. He was
they're
exiting the
talking about
Mercedes garage.
stuff.
That's so funny. Did they take a picture? Can I have that picture? I want to frame it.
There is a picture.
I want to frame it.
please, people, we need to close. Thank you, Pit Crew, so much for joining us on this wonderful, magical ride that is the Singapore Grand Prix. We'll be back in a week for another fan favorite. We're back in Suzuka. It's the Japanese Grand Prix next week.
Where Sedan will be showcasing her Japanese skills. So stay tuned.
Hey, Sada,
Yeah.
we need to watch more anime. Get it together. Let's go.
I know, I'm pretty useless. This is going to be bad. Anyway, we'll see you soon, Pit Crew. Take care. Love you loads. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.